You cannot win a game of Rocket League without scoring at least one goal. But for this, you need to have some decent shooting skills. The most underrated skill in Rocket League is probably shooting. Shooting is really important in all the ranks from bronze to even SSL. This skill is so overlooked because most people just want to practice other mechanics, like flip resets and wall dishes. So in this video we're gonna talk about why so many of your shots are bad and how you can improve your shooting within just a few minutes. First up, we will discuss why your shots suck. Everyone has their strong and weak sides, but shooting should be a strong side on every player above champ. If you are struggling to hit your shots, it normally comes down to a few things. The first one is poor use of aerial. I have seen most of you guys just drive up to the ball and front flip or diagonal flip into it. That will not be enough. That will make your shots both weaker and less accurate. Next to that, it also makes it a lot easier to read your shots as you are already showing them where your shot will end up, and more often than not, they are gonna save your shot. So to improve this, you wanna use manual aerial. I would not recommend aerial left or right for this if you are not comfortable with it. As you can see in these shots, I'm using aerial to shoot so the opponents have a harder time saving or reading the shots. This is because you can create more power and place the shot in the net wherever you want. You do this by tilting your car slightly in different directions. When you set up a shot, you want to try to be as unpredictable as possible. Of course, when you just front flip into the ball, everyone knows the ball will just go straight forward. If you use this aerial to tilt your car a bit, you can change the direction of the shot and that will make it a lot harder to save. Now you know how to shoot, you want to know in what positions you want to shoot. I see people shooting all the way from the midfield line, and there is an opponent sitting in net. Unless he whiffs really hard, there will be no way you will ever score a shot from there. To increase your chances of scoring, you want to be as close as possible to the goal. But remember, the closer to the goal, the greater the chance of being countered. So you want to know where you can fire a shot with high scoring chances, but also have enough time to recover. And that is around this line on the field. If you take a shot in the red zone, the scoring chances are high, but the risk of getting countered is also really high. If you are in the green zone, the scoring chances are a little bit lower, but you almost will never get a counter goal against you. The defender will make position mistakes when they are under a lot of pressure, so take your time and wait for the opponent's mistakes. If you want to make your shot as hard as possible to save, think about the defender's point of view. Another way to practice your shooting accuracy is in custom training packs and workshops. The workshop I will show you is called Aim Training by Coco. This is a must-do if you want to improve your shooting. This pack is used by players in Supersonic Legend and even by pros. Unfortunately, workshops are only available on PC. So if you play on any console, you will not be able to use this pack. In this workshop, you can choose between 3 different modes: Easy, Normal and Survival. In Easy mode, the target is as big as the goal in a real game. There are random ball movements, but the goal will only move horizontally. In Normal mode, the target is smaller and can be anywhere on the wall. This is already a lot harder, but really good to improve. In Survival mode, you can only miss 2 times as you have only 3 lives. If you miss a 3rd time, you will automatically be sent back to the lobby of the map. As you can see, there are also 3 different mod options you can use to make it even harder for yourself. There are a lot of custom training packs you can use, even on console, but for that you'll have to scroll to the custom map training browser in Rocket League yourself. The next way to improve your shooting is Freeplay. Freeplay is your best friend for so many things in this game, and so it is for shooting. In Freeplay you can use in-game bindings to set up shots or dribble the ball anywhere on the field to take a shot from where you want. Freeplay is also really good to learn power shots. For this you can just start hitting the ball as hard as possible every time, and you can keep doing that for a few minutes. Freeplay is also a great way to learn how to be creative in your shots and surprise the enemy with a ceiling shot or even a flip reset. But we will get to that later in this video. Next up we have 1v1. As you may know, 1v1 is the greatest way to improve in Rocket League overall. So it is also really good for shooting. 1v1 provides you with a lot more space on the field and more time to take your shot. Having this space makes it easier to set up good shots or more advanced shots off the wall or in the air. There's also more time to show your creativity and improve your mechanics as well. Chances of scoring your shots are particularly greater because there's only one defender instead of two or sometimes even three. I know most of you really hate 1v1, but you don't need to grind it out. Just play 1 or 2 games in your session and you'll see some improvement really quickly. Treat 1v1 like your warm-up game mode and don't care about your rank at all. Last but not least, we have fake shots. But what are fake shots actually? A fake shot is a shot where you actually don't hit the ball. You want to hit the brakes before you hit the ball. This is really useful when you can get earlier to the ball than your enemy can. So your enemy will have to predict where the ball will end up if he wants to touch it. But if you don't hit the ball where it's jumping, you will completely miss the ball and will be out of position. That makes you having a lot of space to work with or even an open goal. Fakes can work anywhere on the field, but make sure to not do it every time because your opponent will figure you out. And then fakes won't work anymore. You can also just fake challenge. So the opponent hit the ball to you and you get free possession. But we won't discuss it in this video because that's not a shot. In the end, creativity is really important to make your shots hard to read and increase your chances of scoring. So be sure to use enough variation in your shots and don't do the same thing all the time. Because that's possibly the reason why you are ahead at the beginning of a game but end up losing anyway. Because your opponent knows how you play and which shots you use to score. So he anticipates that. Anyway guys, if you think this video was helpful, make sure to leave it behind in the comments. We almost have our first 100 subscribers, so it would be really nice if you can help me achieve that goal before January ends. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.